So when last we left off, the Fellowship of the Chiliad was on a mission to return the Princess Aurelia to her homeland of Ornidia, from which she had been expelled by her brother and brothers and sister. You guys made your way passing through Wilfred's childhood home of Eluth, where you guys sort of freed some treants from the curse of an obelisk. You stopped by Sacred Run, where you were attacked by some bounty hunters that had been hired by the buyer to retrieve a sort of a pendant that you had found in Icicle Cross. You met up with Carrick's father Marin there in Sacred Run. And then you made your way into the Dwendalian Empire through the Quantum Breach. You briefly stopped in the city of Nugvarat, and then you went to the largest city in the world, the city of Rexxentrum. You had a bout with a saber-toothed tabaxi, Subotai, and you basically investigated a way to remove the curse you believe Lord Acheron the Merciless had placed on you way back when. You were directed towards one Jenna Aressor, a member of the Service Assembly, and she said that she could free you from this curse if you slew a Draco Hydra that was plaguing the city of Blumenthal. You went to Blumenthal and you found that your old enemies, Wushia and Nazgrim, were actually behind this Draco Hydra. You fought them, you killed Nazgrim and the Draco Hydra, and you captured Wushia. And as you were bringing Wushia back, you were sort of accosted by Levrong and Sobith in one of the squares of Rexxentrum. And they had their own hostage, Morgana. They proposed a hostage exchange, and you guys eventually ended up exchanging Wushia for Morgana. You guys then went to Jenna Aressor, Baroness Jenna Aressor, where you guys basically, where she gave you these sort of pendants that she said would protect you from the prying eyes of the vampires. You then passed to the city of Yorosa and made your way across, battling some core worms, which you guys defeated, and which Wilfred cut off 4 of the tentacles of one of the core worms in order to, because basically he used them to sense where vibrations within the earth. And you guys were sort of settling down for a night's rest when you guys saw a thrumming, a mirage sort of appear on the edge of the forest, on the edge of the Velven Thicket. And a large winged minotaur-like creature appeared. He introduced himself as Naviasik, and he sort of created a sort of passageway in out of thin air, and then beckoned you to come and receive the boon for which Queen Titania had promised you. You guys went through and went to the summer court of Queen Titania within the Feywild. She gave you each sort of one wish, as it were. She sort of upgraded your flag, upgraded Angvor's staff, gave Wilfred a scone with some spice from the Feywild, and sent Morgana back to Veluth, and granted Aurelia a knife that would grant Carrick a cube that after he asked for a weapon, she gave him some sort of cube, and then gave Aurelia sort of a dagger made out of solid light, which she said would be able to sort of sever the bind between the followers of Benthus and their Dark Lord. You guys then returned to the material plane. You guys are making your way through the Velvet Thicket when you saw a confrontation, sort of a battle going on between sort of a jackal-like humanoid and a dread knight, a sort of a knight that had sort of skeletal hands and sort of a stern, cold visage and blinding red eyes. Wilfred intervened to save sort of the jackal-like creature and lured the Death Knight towards you guys. And after a rather long and arduous battle, you guys defeated the Death Knight. And Ingvar went in and sort of looked at the person, and you guys discovered that he was a former follower of Sarenrae. And that, I believe, is where we pick up tonight's session as you guys sort of are looking over this body.
And Wilfred had burnt the body.
Right, Wilfred had burned the body. That's correct.
I did. You got all the loot off of him that you could find.
Well, I got all the loot that was like hanging out of his pockets.
That you could find.
Didn't necessarily look in his pockets.
Yeah, I guess. Guess we can go.
I mean, there's not much else here. I mean, there's a ashes here, so that's all that's left, it seems.
So you guys begin to make your way through sort of the dark Velvet Thicket. And the Velvet Thicket is unlike the other forests that you have been through. You know, Stavalier Wood had a sort of sick and sick pall on it. You know, a lot of the trees were sort of eerily twisted and morphed. This is a more rich, sort of luscious forest. You know, it does have some sort of swampy aspects to it, but you know, where you guys are, it's relatively dry. You guys approach sort of the large river that passes through the middle of Velvet Thicket that Wilfred had seen the Death Knight and the jackal-like humanoid on the other side. Sort of large and swift. You know, it looks like you probably will need to find some sort of way over it.
Over the cliff or the
There's a river that passes
river.
basically halfway through the Velvet Thicket. And you guys have sort of reached this river, and it's sort of got like a steep bank that goes down. And it looks relatively deep. It doesn't really, it looks like it may be, you know, be hard to sort of just cross with your horses.
You let us walk on water that one time there, Will.
Yeah, I can keep doing that.
But you got to get the horses to cross.
We did that before as well.
It worked on them last time.
That was a swamp.
And we did that when we left the other forest. When we
Took them over water.
Yeah.
in the Savalier Wood.
Huh.
We crossed the river there.
They were timid at first, I remember, but I think once they trusted it. It was fine.
Yeah, just give me about 10 minutes and 6 seconds.
But we got to get down there, don't we?
All right, it's down there.
Because you said it's an embankment down to like a drop off type thing.
Yeah. So there's sort of a drop off. It doesn't have sort of a steep bank down.
I mean, if they crawl down there and break their legs, well,
I can't get. I can't. Yeah, I can't bring water at this height. But
How far across?
Probably about maybe
cubes of water.
30 feet or 20 feet or so.
I mean,
Are there any large trees around that are?
Make a perception check or an investigation check.
Get a maybe.
My D&D Beyond is not pulled up. It's a 13 plus my investigation, whatever that is.
Okay.
I'm pulling it up. I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't have anything for this height.
I've got rope.
Investigation 20.
And the horse is down.
20. Okay. Yeah. So you look around and you quickly see there are large trees that sort of are they grow relatively near the bank of them. You feel like if you could chop one down, they are, 40, 50, 60 feet tall. You could cross over.
Potentially. Guys, there's some very, very large. I mean, has anybody got an axe here or something that we could use to saw through one of these trees?
I supposedly have 2 hand axes that I've always carried on me. Just throwing at people, but take a long time to go through a tree with one of those, I think.
Especially if a fig tree if we're trying to get the horses across too.
It's pretty thick. Does it look like one of these trees could these horses could potentially get across on?
It's a little unclear. I mean, you think that you could probably
Like if I cleared off the branches, like if it fell down, you like spent also some time chopping those side branches off, making it a little easier. Like when a tree falls down, the branches are sticking up, but I like take the time over time, those branches will fall off and die. We'll take the time with the hand axes to chop those off, make it a little bit clearer of a path for the horses if they're, feasibly able to go across.
Yeah, I mean, I think with the investigation check you rolled, yeah, I think you can find a tree like that. It's going to be a little tricky, obviously, because it's not going to be completely
Yeah.
sort of flat, but yeah,
Oh
it'll
yeah.
probably be done.
I mean, there's risks involved, obviously. Yeah.
I just carry my woodworking plane around with me that I just use for big logs. to Pull that out of my pocket.
I could summon an earth elemental if we really need something with the maybe rip the tree down.
I mean, I think these axes, we could do it that way, but you only have a limited amount of uses, it seems like, out of there. I don't think that's a
No,
permanent-
it's just
Technically, my muscles only have a limited amount of uses too, but
They're renewable, though. That's a renewable resource.
8 hours and they're good.
We could try. We've got a couple hand axes here. We can take some turns and
I've got 2.
yeah.
You
Eric, you got any axes over there?
Uh,
got them all.
yeah.
he's got a sword.
It's got a sword, yeah.
My campaigns. Can I see his inventory? He can spider climb.
Is that gonna help us? Well, let's get to chopping.
All
He has
right.
some pickings.
Right, so you guys can relatively quickly chop down a tree between Carrick and Girthing, I presume, are the two
Yeah.
ones sort of wielding the axes. You guys have decent strength. And so you guys relatively quickly cut down this tree that Angvor has found. Angvor goes through and sort of shears off the branches, and you guys look like you guys can attempt to take the horses across. And again, the sort of the tree, you guys chop down the tree, and goes with a long sort of thuds, and so the branches on the far side sort of catch on the far bank of the river, and you guys have a makeshift bridge.
All right. Now we gotta get
Oh,
the
nice. I'll obviously have walked across to clear them out and just walk back, because it seemed fairly easy for me to walk on this.
Yeah, for you, it's no
Yeah.
problem at all.
Okay.
We need 2 bridges. One for the left side of their feet, one for the right side.
It's gonna be hard to get the
I'll try and work with my horse that I've been riding and
Sure.
take its reins, and calmly, coolly try and coax it, work with it a little bit, and try and ease it onto those, step at a time, step here, just giving it some confidence.
Sure. Make an animal handling check.
What is my? Ooh, that's an 11.
It's an 11. All right. So you sort of pull your horse, and your horse begins to sort of make its way across the makeshift bridge, but all of a sudden it sort of gets spooked and begins to sort of turn back towards the other side of the bridge, and it sort of rolls its eyes in terror and sort of looking at you. It's something caught its eye, and it doesn't seem to be particularly interested in trying to cross this bridge.
Put it back then and let it get back on land, and
Mhm.
it's gonna be difficult to get them across, it seems.
Yeah, there has no one water at first, but this is something different.
Do we want to try scouting down a little ways on each side?
I mean,
Yeah,
y'all can scout. I'll sit here.
I'll just look down the cliff or like down the river and just
Mhm.
see if I notice if there is any elevation changes in the cliffs. Just like
Okay.
stand at the cliff.
Make a
Actually,
perception
there's
check.
a tree. I'll go out towards the tree and look down both sides.
Okay. Make a perception check.
That's a natural 1.
Nice.
So you're sort of walking on this tree, and you're sort of looking, and you aren't watching where you're going. You sort of slip and then sort of like almost fall into the river. You sort of catch yourself. You sort of hit both. You hit your sort of your groin on the tree as you sort of fall down.
Oh,
Ah.
Will, are you okay?
Yeah, just my pride. I don't. What was I out here for? Let me get back on the ground.
Yeah, just get back over here. I don't know what you were doing over there.
I can't remember.
Looking for
Yeah, I don't know what you were doing, but we could go scouting down the sides.
Yeah, let's could you we could kind of split off, but like would it be possible if like we all went one way, like Demon Chad went the other or something, or two groups just in case?
I mean, I think we could get him to agree to that. If we want to try it that way. He's fairly sneaky and
I mean,
somebody want to stay here so we all get back, or do we want to just send him off that way and everybody go?
I can stay here. Work with me. I might even do better from here
Maybe.
during the
At
grid.
least if we go without the horses to start with. Just
We
as
probably travel fast. Well, we probably travel more securely without the horses. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go this way.
I'm staying with the horses.
So
All right, we'll come with you. And Demon Chad, yeah, he'll head off in the other direction.
Okay. All right. So who's going which directions? I
Who's
think
going
it's
up, who's going down?
yeah. So
I pointed to my left, so I guess I'm going left of the
Upriver or down?
whichever. If we're facing the river, it's the left.
all right. So that would be downriver, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I
I'll
guess
be going with him.
it would be south.
Okay. So Angvor and Wilfred, you guys are going downriver. Demon Chad is going upriver.
Yeah.
Okay. So can I have Demon Chad, Angvor, and Wilfred? Can I have you all make perception and/or investigation checks?
Demon Chad.
14.
Okay.
Investigation. Demon Chad's investigation is 18. Mine is 16.
Okay. So you guys, you and Wilfred sort of head downriver, sort of back more towards the marshy area. You guys sort of make your way through. You guys don't see a whole lot. I mean, like the river seems to get larger and a little bit swifter, but it doesn't seem to really have much change in the banks, the way it's flowing. Demon Chad, however, who went upriver, is making his way, sort of through the woods, and he finds what looks like an actual sort of bridge of some kind that's crossing the river. It's got some sort of, it isn't sort of lavish by any stretch of the imagination, but sort of like two sort of plains of sort of flat wood that cross the river. And as he sort of goes over and looks at them, they appear to be pretty well dug into the soil. They're not nailed into some sort of foundation with that, but they do appear to be sort of dug into the soil to give them some stability.
All right. As soon as he latches onto that, investigates it for a second, I'll look through his head, and we've communicated, and snap back to me. He will, and let me know, and I'll tell Will. Will, there's a bridge back
The
there.
other way. Great. Let's
Yeah, Demon Chad found one.
Great. Let's go that way.
Yeah, I think we'll just pick up the rest of the group on the way.
Sounds
Right.
good.
And then I guess while they're doing that, I would like to sit down for 10 minutes and ritually cast Speak with Animals.
All right,
Nice.
you can do that.
Finally.
What do you want to do once you ritually cast Speak with
Uh,
Animals?
I'm gonna turn to the horses, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
and just be like, "Hey, you wanna cross this log, don't you?"
Make a persuasion check.
Sure. That's my strong suit, isn't it? I'm just double checking. Okay, it is a +0, so it's a 1.
What? All right.
I didn't have a negative.
So Rose Petal looks at you all sudden looks over at one of the horses and says, "Whoa, I didn't know they could talk."
I mean, we've got to get over there. So if you want to get over there, you know, that would be helpful. But I mean, and I assume they're just kind of doing their thing.
Yeah, they begin to sort of wander off and sort of just not really pay much attention to you.
Talking Dragonborn. Wow. Well, I guess horses were never much for conversation.
You could try to talk to other animals right there.
They're like,
Sure, I'll look around to see if there's like a squirrel or something.
all right, make a perception check.
I don't even know what it would do me to talk to one. That is actually 17.
17. All right, so you see up in sort of the trees, you see a squirrel that sort of climbs down and sort of begins to sort of chatter at you, sort of get out of it, saying, "Get out! Hey, get out of my territory! Hey, you big ugly thing! Get out of my get
I'll
lost!"
get out, but are
Bam!
you good with horses? You see, I want to get out of your territory. I want to give it back to you, but the horses don't.
What's a horse?
The big gangly thing with big head and I'll point where.
Yeah. Tell it to get out of my territory.
We're trying. I don't think I have any nuts on me, do I?
Get off my lawn.
I'll just ignore him.
Who are you talking to, Gerthang?
I mean,
I was hearing him. I assume we're
Is
just hearing him talk to nothing, right?
it like I speak common and then the animals understand, or
Let me look up the exact details and speak
I
with
don't
you.
remember how it's read.
I think
Either way, it's just still a little weird for us.
No, you know, I mean, I was talking to that coin earlier, so I'm just kind of feeling.
You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts.
I would assume it would be something that other people couldn't understand unless they also could speak this.
Beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whether they can be perceived.
Yeah, so
Nice.
Last day.
Also,
Yeah.
guys,
the way I'm gonna
horse-
play that is that basically it's like you're speaking, you're speaking animal language, right?
Yeah.
So you're sort of chattering like a squirrel or
speaking.
neighing like a horse.
Kronk and Empress Nervous.
Yeah.
Squeak, squeak 'em, squeak.
Well, are we
Guys, the horses
heading to
are-
that bridge then?
Rosebud was not a jerk. She's my favorite.
Yeah,
All right.
this is highly of all of us.
So you guys are making your way up to the bridge.
Demon Chad apparently found a bridge this way.
Oh.
All right, Rosebud, let's go.
Just a bridge in the middle of nowhere.
All right. Yep. And so you guys begin to make your way up towards this bridge that the Demon Chad found. You know, again, it's a relatively quick sort of trot up, and you see this again. You see what Demon Chad had described, a sort of a plain bridge. It is very rudimentary. It's basically two logs across. You know, it's basically two. You know, not like basically boards, two boards across this river that have been sort of dug into the dirt for anchoring.
So cross-
Seems sturdy enough.
Where is this? There's not. I just leave my thoughts to myself for the moment.
And maybe one of us should cross it to make sure it doesn't collapse. With all
Does
the
it look
stuff on it.
stable?
Who can spend that?
It looks, again, relatively stable. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a bridge designed for carts or oxen or but it looks like it could probably carry a horse maybe.
Footbridge.
Yeah, footbridge definitely.
Send Carrick over first.
They're canary.
Carry on the cold bridge.
Cherokee. No,
Canary.
they're canary.
Canary in the coal mine.
I mean, I could also cross.
Generic.
I
Yeah.
can fly.
You can
that,
fly, that's
if I
true.
fall.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, you always have that.
And
Way to get back
I could
up.
jump on it a couple times too on my way over. I weigh more than you for sure.
Definitely.
All right, yeah. So you're gonna make your way across the bridge, Griffin.
Yeah.
All right, so you begin to make your way across the bridge. It feels a little rickety. You jump up and down one time. You feel it bend just a little bit. But you were able to make your way across. You know, it doesn't break underneath your weight. No troll pops out from underneath or anything like that.
It'll probably work, guys. It probably shouldn't.
Not all across at once.
Not everyone at once.
Yeah. Well, you think the horses will go?
I
You can try.
yeah, I'll take rose petal and try to cross.
All
I'll
right,
walk in front.
make just an animal handling check for me.
It's okay, rose petal. There, it's not going to be much of an issue. 18 for animal
18.
handling.
You lead Rose Petal across, and again, although you aren't jumping on it, so it doesn't feel as rickety as as different girthing, but you're able to cross with relatively no issue. Make your way across to the other side of the bridge.
See, I told you there's nothing to worry about this. We got it. We got it, cross, rose petal.
I'll help out with my horse as well and try and coax it across on this one.
All right, just make an animal handling check.
That's the horse. Right.
That's also an 11.
You sort of begin to lead your horse across the bridge, and at first the horse is relatively reluctant. You pull, you sort of coax, and but eventually it does step out onto the bridge. It does begin to sort of walk across, and eventually you are able to make your way across. Although it's a little bit harder for you than it was for Wilfred.
Mm-hmm. Carrick, it's your turn.
Okay. And so Carrot gets off his horse. He'll make an animal handling check. And that is a
Sure, it's time to go home.
13. So he begins to lead his horse across. Eventually, he's able to get it across. And then they'll do one.
Well, that was lucky to find that here.
Yeah, I'm so glad we didn't have to try to take him over that tree.
Yeah, that would have been risky.
You think that guy you saw running from that night made this?
No. I don't know. It's a no. The Ashtari?
The dog man.
The dog man?
The man dog.
You might know who Wyatt's up. I'm assuming he's not alone. But why he is by himself, I don't know. Oh well.
Well, Warren, you're all across here.
Really,
Aurelia is already across with her
you're the reason why we're crossing.
She's cast fly on herself and flies across.
With the horse?
She can. No, she leads her horse across. It's fine. She rolled a 19 plus on her animal handling check. So she leads her horse across and follows you guys. You guys are starting now in this. And again, there is much like you guys had followed sort of a vague trail here. Now in this part of the Velvet Thicket, there is a very distinctive trail. Like you're able to see a pretty, well-traveled trail leading up to this bridge.
Looks like more people come from this way.
Probably a village.
Might as well follow the yellow brick road.
All right.
That could go bad.
Well, we can see if they're friendly to outsiders. Or we can just try to skirt them. But yeah, we'll see if they're friendly to outsiders.
We're still in the bomb, right?
I don't think so. I know most villages, unless you come in demeaning or insulting, they usually, at least mine, accepted people.
All right.
Yeah.
You mean to follow this path?
Yeah. Hopefully it's going the direction we need.
All right. So you got, it vaguely is. I mean, it is going in a vaguely westward direction. Though it is going a little north. So you guys sort of make your way along this path, and you guys, it's relatively well kept. You guys sort of make your way through the path. Every now and then you see sort of an altar along the side of the trail, with sort of offerings of fruit and honey and wine and flowers. If anyone wants to make a religion check, you'd be more than welcome.
Yeah, I was gonna see if
They're very
Well,
interesting
yeah,
markings.
you
What do you think? I rolled another nat one. What are you saying ooh for?
17.
17.
They certainly worship something out here.
What did you roll for?
I didn't roll. I was just commenting.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you recognize these general patterns, Wilfred, as offerings to the Wild Mother.
So, the Wild Mother.
The Wild Mother, yes, Melora.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to throw down. Do Sarah and Ray and the Wild Mother get along?
As far as I understand, yes.
All right, so you continue to make your way along the trail.
You're not that type of cleric.
I'm not a gladiator cleric, if that's what you're asking.
I guess we don't need any food.
Is it mainly just food that was offered?
Yeah, well, so one of the things you noticed is, one second,
Fruits, honey, etc.
you notice a very specific type of fruit that is being offered on these sort of altars. It's not like anything you've really ever seen before. It's sort of got like it's a round blue fruit, roughly the size of a plum.
Round blue fruit.
Mhm.
Interesting. I don't really. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll just keep on moving. Now, I guess I'll look for trees that have that fruit.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Grow naturally.
11.
11. You don't see any.
Well, then, yeah. These offerings look interesting.
All right.
That's for the Wild Mother.
Do you think the Wild Mother would be upset if I offered this guy's soul coin to her? I feel like offering a soul, right? Doesn't that get you?
I have no idea.
Doesn't that get you like good things?
Offering meat, basically. It's not necessarily meat, but it's
Or you don't get like a pact when you offer somebody's soul, or is it mainly your own? Or is the Wild Mother not that way?
you don't really like make sacrifices of like the soul kind. If I
Sacrifice, that's a payment typically.
Yeah, paying this other
Yeah,
person's
spend-
soul.
not usually of a soul, or like a
Some people sell their souls for
sacrifice, like
many
offer,
things.
like, food, money, things, not necessarily like of creatures that have souls, so to say. At least not for the Wild Mother.
Okay, so I probably shouldn't leave this coin on the altar.
I don't know what she would do, but it's usually not the one she demands.
Is the village coming up soon?
Make a perception check.
The 13.
What? 13. Okay. So as you guys begin to make your way, you're actually going to the actual where it's not what a bog is on the map. So there's sort of another bog up here. And you guys are sort of the path is generally leading towards it's turning east, but it's sort of going near the bog. It's sort of passing by the bog. It's not west, not east, west. It's going west, but it's passing northward near the bog. And you guys begin to see sort of these odd sort of houses that seem to be made out of reeds and sticks. They're very sort of rudimentary, tribal, not very sort of civilized. They don't look very permanent. But you don't see anyone in any of them as you guys begin to pass by them.
Nobody's home.
Unnerving.
Yeah, these are we seeing?
You start by seeing one, as you sort of pass by. And you go a little bit longer and you see two together. And then it's three. And then relatively close to those three, there's another one. And so then you reach a point that's sort of like a central, seems like, point. There's sort of a cleared area. It's more like a clearing. It's not really a real sort of settlement that has some of these rudimentary dwellings trying in this clearing.
And nobody's around?
No, not that you see.
This is very unnerving.
Are there any houses like the huts or whatever with doors open or?
See, there are no doors on these huts. So they're really rudimentary. I mean, think like something like, like not even really on a wigwam level, like more like a, they're just sort of these grass reeds or things.
Well, I'll go up to one and kind of if there's a bigger one or something like that, a prominent one, go up to it and poke my head inside.
And so you poke your head inside. Make a perception check for me.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. All right. So first thing you notice is a central sort of fire in the center of this hut. The coals are still warm. You see arranged around the side of this hut, it's a relatively well-kept hut. You see sort of different pelts. You find a basket. And when you sort of open the basket, you see a large sort of grouping of these blue fruits that you'd seen being offered to the Wild Mother earlier. You see sort of a hide, and on it you see a drawing of what you believe to be Melora, the Wild Mother, on sort of a hide drawing. And then you see other sorts of items that look different. It's hard to precisely explain why. They don't appear to be appear to be almost on a technologically sort of higher level. But they also don't necessarily look like anything you've seen before. Different sorts of weapons that you see sort of scattered about, as well as sort of different items. That's what as you enter the hut. That's what you see.
I will take one of these blue fruits because I've been looking at it and just thinking back from my time. I don't know if I recognize it, but I might have a vague familiarity. I'm not sure if Englewood, but it's time trading on the Menagerie Coast. Do a lot of trading and rare fruit things come about. So
yeah, make an history check for sure.
History.
23.
23. Okay. So you actually do recognize these fruits. You know that they are a diolet fruit, Dyolet. And they are extremely rare and very, very much prized by the traders up and down the Menagerie Coast because they're known for their sweet flavor, but they also have healing properties. And you know that they are sort of used to make potions of healing in some areas of the Menagerie Coast, especially like Port Zune, I think.
So recognizing the fruit, I will look into the basket and grab a handful, try and grab 5 or 8, something like that, wherever I can grab a few and put it in my bag of holding.
All right. Yeah. Make a sleight of hand check for me, please.
Oh, don't fail me now. Rolls. Let's go. 17 plus 3 is 20.
All right. So you quickly slip 8 of them out of this basket into the bag of holding.
Nice. And are these fruits edible to me? Like, are they edible or?
Yeah,
If
they're
I
edible. Yeah.
okay, so I'll slip 7 of them into my bag of holding, and as I'm walking out of the hut, I'll take a bite of one.
Okay.
Be like, guys, this place is a gold mine.
All right. One second. While
It's also creepy.
Perception.
I
10.
Yeah. I was gonna check this.
you regain 2 points of healing.
Oh, nice.
Woo, 2 points.
2 points. Yeah.
Yeah, just eating it raw. You have to like fiddle with
Distill
it better.
Mhm.
As he's inside, I would like to take a look around and see if there's like if I can. I'm not great at like tracking, but I wanted to see if I could like determine if there was like if there was like any fresh removal of like fresh marks of any kind, like smoke or footprints or something that like nearby.
Make a survival check, please.
All right. Ooh, 14 plus 5, 19.
19. All right. So as you look around, what you see is you see that there are sort of relatively fresh footprints. About your size, they are wearing some sort of moccasin, some sort of rudimentary foot. You know, like there is some sort of rudimentary shoe there for a small foot. And you see a fair number of them. It's clear there are more than one individual here. You see that they have sort of what look like very small horseshoe prints as well. But there definitely has been activity within the last, couple of hours.
I wonder if they're the ones leaving all the.
We might take that something that they were just here.
They could be watching us.
Yeah, they could be hiding. I feel like we should just keep on moving.
Yeah, we can do that.
But why are they here?
Making a living, I
Wild
guess.
mother.
Just trying to stay alive.
There seems to be this fruit that grows here, though, too. This is a very expensive fruit, and I'll toss it to Gerthing. Just I took a bite out of that one, and I'll toss him that one as we're walking out.
This is a.
All right,
It's
so
a dialect fruit. It's a delicacy out in the Menagerie Coast and throughout. It's got a lot of properties and healing properties, and it's used widely in many different things.
So as you toss the fruit to Gerthang, all of a sudden you hear a sort of the whizzing of an arrow, and it sort of strikes the fruit as you're throwing it, sort of pins it to the ground. You see that this small figure that's sort of painted up in sort of like red war paint, sort of swing on a rope vine out of the tree. He sort of lands in front of you. And you see this sort of like this small gnomish figure. He's got sort of war paint on him. He's sort of wearing sort of green sort of skin sort of fur garments, and he sort of brandishes sort of a very sort of rudimentary sort of dagger at you guys. And he on his back he sort of has like a very small blowgun and a small bow. Halt!
Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana.
Is it halt?
All right.
What business have you? You're stealing our fruit.
Technically, it's only stealing if we leave, so we haven't quite stolen anything yet.
There's nobody here.
Yes, we were hiding.
We mean no harm. We're just travelers traveling through, I guess. Not really looking to cause any ruckus.
Trail that led to your village, and there was nobody here.
What are you doing in the Velvet Thicket?
Like Wilfred said, here. He said, we're just passing through. We're trying to get through the other side. This was
Where are you from?
a faraway place
Different areas,
up north.
East,
northeast.
southeast.
Well, in order to replace the drylet fruit you have consumed, you must get one for us.
Let's give you one.
Yes, you must get us a drylet fruit from the swamp. In the salt wallow bog.
Where is that?
He sort of points up and you see that sort of kind of just beyond on the edge of the horizon, there's sort of a large sort of swamp there. The drylet fruit can only be found in the salt wallow bog.
What do it take to retrieve one?
What'd you say, Ingvar?
What does it take to retrieve one?
You must go into the depth of the swamp, where the dialect can only grow in the depths of the swamp, where legend tells us that a servant of the crawling king perished during the calamity.
Hmm.
The crawling.
The crawling king.
Who is this crawling king?
Are you unaware of Torog?
Torog.
Yeah.
I know not of Torog.
What are you guys rolling for?
Oh, just to see if I was just rolling history.
Okay. So you guys would probably know that Torog was one of the betrayer gods in the calamity. He was, again, he's the god of like enslavement and torture. He's, sort of depicted as sort of like this swollen and malformed worm that slithers through the dark below.
The champion's name wasn't Arian, was it?
No.
Okay.
Well, I suppose we must retrieve this fruit for you then.
Yes, must retrieve the fruit.
Just a swamp. I mean, it must be like really bad for them because what's ankle high to me is like waist high to them. So if they fall in a little puddle, that's like game over.
You can drown in a foot of water.
Which
Keep your wheels high.
but
All right. So what do you
How
think?
deep into the swamp must we go?
can we find it?
Maybe 6 hours journey.
Oh. What time is it? Like afternoonish? Would that be putting us in the nighttime?
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I was just asking, like,
Timeline.
is this morning or evening?
This is probably you spent like about it took midday to get to the river. You guys fought for a little bit, but you guys spent a little bit of time at the bridge. It's probably like late afternoon.
Okay.
We could bring it back in the morning.
Go out and come back.
Well, if we were to get this fruit for you, would you mind if we spent the night here and did that in the morning? Because it is obviously getting dark out and we do not want to be in the swamp overnight.
He sort of looks around you guys with sort of like and he sort of goes sort of like a whistle, like a high pitched whistle, and sort of like these other other gnomes sort of come swinging out of the trees and sort of land in front of you guys, and they begin to talk in Gnomish, which none of you speak, right?
None of us speak. I'm pretty sure.
No.
All right, and so they begin to speak with one another, and then this one looks back at you guys and says, "It has been agreed. You may stay for one night in order to replenish our dialect supply."
Thank you for your generosity.
So and as they sort of have agreed this, and you guys are sort of staying, all of a sudden this what was an abandoned sort of village all of a sudden becomes like alive with life. You see these sort of like these these families sort of come out of the sort of the mist of the forest. And they are leading these sort of these Shetland ponies. They use to carry their stuff. They have sort of small dogs that they run around with. And these little gnomish children frolic around. They kind of play on the drums and celebrate life.
It's the Ewok party.
Yeah.
A bunch of like armor that's like hung up that's like that they're eating off of.
They play the drums with like helms. I think canon is they ate the
They
stormtroopers.
ate the stormtroopers, yeah.
That's canon.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah, because they were gonna eat Han, Leia, and Luke until
Until
they ate the stormtroopers.
C-3PO intervened.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess
It's a
Yeah, I
nice
guess
rest
so.
here tonight.
then we hit
Yeah,
morning,
let's
6-hour trip in and out. Then we gotta get out
Have
of
a
here.
long rest.
take a long rest, everyone. Find a place. Or just like set up camp like right outside or
They offer you sort of a hut as sort of a place to sleep for the night. It's
Oh.
it's
you probably can't fit.
I say I probably won't fit in the hut.
yeah. I mean it is
Perfect for me.
yeah. It is a little rough for they don't really have a
I think I'll sleep out here tonight. The horses just walk over the fences they have for their ponies.
yeah. It's a little it's a little bit like Gulliver in the Land of Lilliputians for you guys, where the huts are kind of too small, the beds are definitely too small. They don't really have a good place to sort of pick at the horses. So you guys have to probably have to pick at them with a
John picture. I guess I'll.
I mean, you're going to go read, so go in the hut and read, and then we'll
You
take
know
care
me
of
so
everything
well.
else.
Know me so well. Yep. I'll grab a little bit of dinner and hit the book.
all right. So you can probably get a good 3 to 4 hours, probably say 4 hours here, because you guys have kind of arrived in the late afternoon, so you guys can definitely get some reading in.
Can I examine? I had gotten a flask with a brass stopper at one point, like last or so.
All right, let me figure out what that was real quick. Yeah, make an Arcana check with advantage.
19.
19. All right. So what you have is okay. So as can I have you actually roll a D100 for me, please?
Oh, good. $59.
59. All right. All right. So, but this is you're right. It is a flask with an iron stopper. And you realize that it's similar to actually the coin that Girthing had. It's basically a flask that you can use to contain any one creature. And as you're sort of toying with it, you realize that there's something in this flask already.
Trask.
Is it shaped like a lamp?
Is what the shape of
Is it shaped like a lamp?
the flask or the creature inside?
I was just asking if it's the flask.
No. It's not.
Hmm. Well, can I tell? So I have telepathy with any aberration, beast, elemental, or monstrosity that has an innate swimming speed.
It's a crap flask.
Ice speed. Oh, there's one other thing.
Sort of was.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, no, that was a copy. Good.
No, you cannot. You cannot determine what is in this. You can't communicate with what's in there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Does it look like the stopper? Is it screw top or is it like a cork or
Like
like?
a cork.
Okay.
And you have to speak the command word to you can't. It's not just pulling it off. You have to speak the command word to release or
Do I know what the command word is? Is there a way to?
yes, you would know what it is. I don't see a command word here, but
Okay. Just
Okay.
holding it and having it kind of lets me know the command word.
yeah. I will say it was written on there. That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. So
Okay, and I'll put that back away.
all right. All right, so you guys all get a long rest. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
did you guys do that for Carrick, or do I need to do that for Carrick?
You would have to.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have control.
You can look at him, but we can't
Yeah.
do anything to his page.
All right. So you guys wake up early the next morning, and the creatures are sort of, you know, the gnomes are sort of out cooking large rodents of unusual size on spits for breakfast the next morning.
Well,
I guess just into the swamp.
head to the jungle.
Yeah. Swamp words and onwards.
We skirted around the swamp, right? We went through a bog, but it wasn't really.
Yeah. Correct. So as you guys sort of make your way towards the swamp, you guys quickly sort of move sort of from an area where you're, you know, it's the Velvet thicket. You know, it's got sort of firm soil and sort of the organic matter that makes up the forest floor. You quickly move from that to a more sort of marshy, swampy exterior, and quickly you guys are the horses are starting to sink in deeper and deeper into the marsh as you guys continue to make your way through.
Well, should we leave the horses here?
They can water
I don't
walk
know if they're
again.
gonna. That's true.
Give me
We could have walked. We could have left them at the.
good luck with the village. But then that would have also delayed some time.
We have to go back to the village anyways.
Well, we're here now.
Yeah, give me 10 minutes and 6 seconds, and I'll start ritual casting
Water walk,
Um,
right?
water walk.
Okay. All right, so you're able to cast. You know, you're able to ritual cast water walk, and then you're casting on the horses or on.
All 10 of it, all 9 of us.
All right. So you cast water walk on the horses, then quickly they stop sort of sinking into the marsh, and now are able to sort of make their way across the marsh without any sort of hassle.
Yeah, up to 10.
We just gotta look for these.
Keep an eye out for these dialect fruits.
All right.
You know what these trees look like, Carrick? Besides just by the fruit?
I've never seen dialect fruits before. I don't know what they look like.
Angor, I mean.
I mean, I have a vague idea. I mean, I've never seen one from the tree itself, but I've had them described to me. But I'm not 100% sure. So I mean, I'll
Yeah.
keep it out for what I think it is, but just keep looking up and you'll see the blue fruit. I'm assuming.
Yep. So if you guys want to make a perception check to see the Dalit fruits, go ahead and be my guest.
Ooh.
That's used up my luck. So,
All right. So like
6.
perception. Yeah.
Someone roll for Carrick. Or... I can. That's a 9 for Carrick.
It was a 9 for me.
All right. What'd you roll, Wilfred?
22.
All right. So as you guys begin to make your way into the depths of the swamp, you start water walking across the top of it. You guys sort of see Wilfred, out of the corner of your eye, you sort of see off, and again, it is in the distance, it's a ways off, but you see sort of a glint, sort of a bluish glint underneath sort of a large tree that it kind of sort of resembles what Angvar described to you. It doesn't quite really resemble it, but the blue seems to be a good clue.
There's something this way, and I'll start moving
Right.
that direction.
All right, so you guys been move in that direction. And so so as you guys move in that direction, you quickly you begin to hear this rustling noise, this sort of this sort of like skittering sort of noise, this sort of noise.
I mean, most of what we've been hearing is squelches.
This is not normal.
Make a perception check for me.
Oh.
Hmm.
3.
3. All right. Wilfred, what'd you roll?
11.
11.
22.
22. All right. And then really roll decent. Okay. So as you are sort of looking around, and where you see these large sort of figures that are sort of carrying spears and sort of looming at you, and they are, you look at them, and they first look like men. They're sort of men with sort of these burly sort of, again, think Native American-esque, sort of, they're sort of bald with sort of like long sort of braids down their heads. They sort of have like the aquiline noses of Native American tribes, especially the plains. But then as you look further, you see that they have large sort of insectoid bodies and a curved tail behind them, and it sort of moves with the body, and you see the poisonous stinger from the tail.
What are these? And I'll just yell at them to look and show everybody.
All right.
Just because you're ugly doesn't mean. And they're
I said,
holding.
don't think that these are friendly creatures here.
You might be right.
Quickly, they begin to sort of scuttle at you guys across the swamp. They're moving with ridiculous speed. It's sort of side. You see one sort of on your right. You sort of turn. You see another one on your left. And you quickly begin to gauge you are being surrounded by these creatures.
How many of them?
Well, actually, let's take a look at the let's see if we can just let's get a map picture of what's gonna happen here. Just so you guys can sort of deploy yourselves,
Mhm.
By our bootstraps. Pull ourselves together.
I mean, when you have water walk, you can pull yourself up, right?
Yep.
On top of the water.
There it is.
Boom.
All right. So as fast you want to use that hair, or I guess that the Nops.
That would be Ainborn.
Oh, Angor. Okay.
I'm the modern Dimulich 98.
All right. Then one of those
I'm
arcade.
the 10 demons.
Or you should. Oh yeah.
I was the 10 demons.
Okay.
He's got his laptop.
Yeah, I don't see the 10 demons at the moment, actually.
Well, Thin Demons went through.
Okay. I think I need to do one thing first, so you guys can see. All right, can you guys see?
Let me refresh. I was modern Demi Lich, but it just still has my name.
Okay.
I'll refresh real quick. Gentle Minotaur.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if I let you in, Hunter.
Oh, that.
But I don't see you anywhere. I see Thin Demons, and I see.
I will re-click the link and go back to Facebook. Click the link. Cowardly Riveraz is 45. Huh. I can look at Asher's laptop if I have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I can also share it. So allow me to array you guys.
Or
So
I can control it on Asher's laptop if that
yeah,
works.
yeah. I think that works. All right. So as you guys sort of are in here in the swamp, you sort of see 3 of these scorpion-like individuals sort of moving in from the left side, and 3 of them moving in from the right side. And they're about, maybe 80, 90 feet away from you guys. Or like this is roughly where it is. And I'll share.
And they're encroaching on us?
Yeah, and they do appear to be sort of encroaching on you guys, sort of moving moving towards you guys.
Well, I mean, as I always like to be prepared, I will try and hit the one on each side with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, make an attack roll, please.
It's and a 22.
Okay, 22, that hits.
There we go.
And what did you roll 2? What
Yeah,
1 second, let me get pulled. So you rolled a 22 and a what?
a 12.
12. 12 misses, 22 hits.
Yep. So the hit was 6 points of damage.
So was the 22 for the one on the right or the one on the left?
Left.
Okay.
And I'll move it back 10 feet. That was one of the goals too.
Yep. Definitely can do that. So you have control over that, right?
Okay. Yep. I gotcha.
How much damage did you do?
6 points.
6 points. All right. All right. So as these things sort of scuttle out of the swamp, and they start moving towards you guys, sort of, and they're all carrying sort of martial weapons, sort of long axes, spears, the like. And you sort of, Ingvar, you're just going to sort of lash out and sort of send 2 Eldritch blasts. One sort of skims by and sort of strikes in the swamp. The other one sort of strikes the creature on the left, sort of blows him back. Looks a little hurt. And now we're in combat. So can I have everyone roll initiative, please?
Great.
14.
14. All right, 25 20.
Nope.
All right, 20 15.
16.
All right, 15 10.
That's a 14.
All right. Wilfred, what'd you roll?
7.
All right, what did you Carrick roll?
14.
Okay, and then anywhere you have a +3 and Carrick you have a +2, right? All right.
Yeah.
All right. So as these sort of scorpion-like centaurs sort of move through the swamp, Ingvar sort of lashes out with his sort of bluish green, sort of sea-colored Eldritch blast, sort of strike one of the centaurs on the left. Girthing, you're up first. What are you doing?
Oh, no.
Oh wait, that's the wrong mouse. I will move 5, 10, 15 feet to kind of get there. And I'll hold an action to make an attack to get close
Okay.
with my glaive.
Okay.
So just kind of standing there at the ready with my glaive.
Sounds good. All right. Now it is Angvor's turn. Angvor, what are you doing?
I will focus on the one that I hit.
Okay.
Well, that's not mine. It's yours. It's here. I will step around a little bit this way
Okay.
and aim 2 more Eldritch Blasts at that one here again.
Sure. Go for it.
Yeah, oh my god, that's a 12, 13 this time.
Misses.
A 13 and my plus is now an extra 1. Uh, 17.
17 also misses.
Oh, great.
So you sort of hear these big splashes as the Eldritch Blast sort of skim by this like scorpion like centaur creature, and they splash by. He sort of looks at you. Now it is Carrick's turn.
Carrick,
Yeah, maybe like 25 or 30.
he's got 30 feet of movement.
Mhm.
This is a light crossbow. If you could just
Yeah, he has a lot light crossbow. He could pull that out. Yeah, let's have him shoot a light crossbow at if he has any visual on how far is his range?
80,
80 feet.
320.
So yeah, I guess he's gonna shoot this one over here.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yep.
He pulls out his crossbow. That's an 11 to hit.
That misses.
Does he have any more? Does that work?
He has two. He has 2 attacks. So
Extra. Okay. Then he's gonna go for the same one.
all right.
That's even worse.
All right. So he sort of pulls out his crossbow, which
Warning
doesn't-
shot.
he sort of fires and sort of one.
Those are warning shots.
Yeah, and sort of splashes by, and they both sort of fly by far to the right. The creature
You
sort
don't
of
want
looks
to
at
see
you guys.
what happens with those hit.
Now, these are going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
Lose down to 1.
There, and then we'll go 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 there, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 there, and they're going to make some javelin attacks. So the first one is going to throw a javelin at you, Girthing.
Sure.
All right, that is that's going to be like a 6 to hit.
Nope.
All right, then the second one's going to make a javelin attack at you, Wilfred.
Which one? Second one?
Second one, yeah.
Warding flare,
All right,
because he's within 30.
that was a 7 to hit.
Misses.
All right, and then the last one is going to make a javelin attack at Girthing. That's a 9.
Nope.
All right, so they all miss. All right, then it's their turn. All right, Wilfred, you're up.
Interesting that it's only a few so close. I will 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 5, 10, 15, 20. I will move 5, 10,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll hold my action for if these guys ever get within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
And I'll be holding my what is that? My
Implement.
Channel
yeah,
divinity.
channel divinity.
Okay.
And my bonus action, I will cast spiritual weapon at 2nd level.
Okay.
Let me hit the one on the left.
All right. One on the left, the one that Ingvar's already hit, or the one.
The one closest to us.
Okay, sounds good.
That's a natural 1. I reroll that. That is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
1d8 plus 5. 6 points of force damage, I believe.
All
Let me
right.
make sure that's correct.
Which is that blood do?
It is. Where is force damage?
No, it is.
So
Alright.
6 force damage.
All right. So you sort of bring your coconut down on this sort of scorpion man thing, and you sort of crack him on the head. He looks relatively hurt. He takes a big blow after missing with his at point blank with his javelin.
Intimidating.
And that ends your turn, Wilfred. I guess you're holding your action.
Yes.
All right. So now it is the other one's turn. They're going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Then we'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 there. So we'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 there. All right. So now
As
they're
soon as those two got in the range, I will.
channel divinity. All right.
Blinding light comes out.
All right.
Now,
So
if you're waiting for the second one, the first one gets to do whatever he's doing, right?
Yeah, would that be the case?
yeah, that would be the case.
I'm waiting for both of them.
Right. Yeah, that would be the case. So they're going to throw javelins as well. So the first one throws javelin at Girthang. That's a 12 to hit.
Nope.
All right. Now channel divinity.
All right. That is Constitution saving throw for all the ones within 30 feet of me.
All right. So that starts.
If they can, yeah.
So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. Yep. All right. So they should all be within range of you, I think. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Control plus 10.
All right. Yep. All right. So one on the far left, that is a 17.
That just makes it. So 11 points of radiance.
All right. Okay. The one in the one in the middle, one right here. That is a 10.
22 points of radiance.
All right. And then the one right here. That is a 17.
Just save, so 11.
All right. All right. Then the one right here. That is a 14.
22 radiance.
All right. And the one right on the far right, that is I believe that is a 16. No, 15. Sorry, 15.
Fails, 22.
All right.
Let there be light.
So as they sort of come through, so one of them throws his javelin at Girthing, and then all of a sudden this blinding cocoon of light billows forth from your halfling cleric behind you, and sort of blinds all these sort of scorpion men. They sort of shield their eyes in pain, and it does a fair amount of damage to them. Now that one is going to make a javelin attack at you, Wilfred. That is a 14 to hit.
And misses.
All right, and the last one is he's out of range. He's going to make an attack against Aurelia, but at disadvantage, and that will not hit. All right, back now. It's Aurelia's turn. Aurelia will bless everyone she can. So I think that is. I think she can do 3 people. So that would be. I think she has to think you are out of range. Yes, 30 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So she's going to bless Carrick, Wilfred, and Girthing. That's who's within range. So Carrick, Wilfred, and Girthing are all blessed by Aurelia.
Is your water on concentration?
Nope. I made sure about that. It only lasts an hour, but. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, concentration. it would be
Now it is Girthing's turn. Girthing, what are you doing?
I will.
Oh, here you go.
Oh yeah, I keep going to the
Here
corner
you
there. My computer. I'll step up 5 feet. Might as well rage.
All right.
And then I'll just take my glaive and swing it in a big arc and try to hit the one on the right and the one on the left.
Okay.
I'll make
Yeah.
these reckless.
Yep. Go for it.
So the first one will go after the one on the right.
Okay. All right. Got it.
That's a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Okay. I'm glad I reckless there because. Oh, that was max damage.
Mhm.
That's 18 points of slashing.
Okay. 1 second. Why? 18 points of slashing. Okay. Got it.
Then I'll go and hit the guy on the left.
All right.
26 to hit on that one.
That hits.
So another D10. That's another 18 damage on that one.
Nice. All right. Dang.
Pretty good rolls.
So you sort of charge in, sort of moving through over the water, sort of crossing it. You sort of bring your glaive around a wide arc, sort of strike the one, and you sort of strikes him, and sort of you catch him, and you all of a sudden you see this like blood pooling out of him. And you sort of swing and sort of catch the other one, and sort of he's hurting as well. And you guys now you're doing quite a bit of damage to these guys, and the one on the left looks real hurt.
That's my turn.
All right. Now it's Angvor's turn. Angvor, what are you doing?
I'm going to
Mhm.
hit it with some Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
The intensity, guys. That's a natural 1 for the first hit.
Which one are you aiming for?
Oh, there we go. And then a 30 for the second one.
That hits. Which one are you aiming for?
The same one.
Okay. All right. Yep. Got it.
That is 13 points of damage on that one.
All right.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to call forth a tentacle from the swamp again,
Okay.
behind it,
All right.
and try and smack it
Go for it.
with the tentacle.
Go for it.
It's a 24.
Hits.
2d8. That is 12 points of damage on that one.
Nice. Are you pushing him back?
Yes, I'm going to push it back.
All right. So you sort of send one Eldritch Blast forward and sort of like fly, sort of like just splashes in the marsh front. You just splatters you with marsh gunk, rotting organic material, sort of and then but the second one sort of flies and it hits true. So it strikes this creature, sort of blows sort of the makeshift leather armor off on one side. And then all of a sudden, you sort of your eyes roll back in your head, and sort of this whirlwind comes out of the swamp. Sort of this tentacle of power of Benthus comes around and sort of grabs the back of this guy's throat, and sort of like begins to choke him a little bit, and do some damage to him. And that's all you're doing, Carrick, or no?
Yeah.
Ingvar? All right. It is now Carrick's turn.
Yeah, he's like, screw this bow I have.
All right.
Pulls out his let's go maul.
All right.
Runs up to that closest one right there.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So you get right there.
Okay.
And he will hit it with his maul.
All right. Go for it.
And he has blast, right?
Yes, he is blessed.
That is a 27 to hit.
That hits.
2d6. 11 points of 15 points of bludgeoning. Doesn't he also get something
He also rolled a d4 for fire.
for fire?
Mhm. You
2
said
points of fire.
All right. So how many points of bludgeoning? You said 15.
15.
All right.
He rolled 11 plus 4. Doesn't he also have something for
And then how many fire? How many points of fire?
brute force? He has a
He may have an extra die from
he
crush.
has a D4. Yeah. Another 3 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, so another 3 points of bludgeoning. And then what was the fire?
2 points of fire.
Okay. All right. So so he brings his ball down, sort of cracks this creature, does a whole bunch of damage. And sort of like this creature sort of staggers back after taking this massive blow from Carrick's maul.
And then he's going to bring the maul around and kind of like bring it right on the small of his back.
All right.
That is 13 plus that's 21 to hit.
That hits.
Bludgeoning damage. 8, 11 plus 4 is 15 points of bludgeoning.
How many? You said 13?
15.
15. Okay.
And 4 points of fire.
4
And
points of fire.
That's his action.
All right. So he brings one massive blow into this creature, and he sort of swings around, sort of catches the small in the back, and this creature's looking real hurt now as Carrick sort of wails into him. It's now their
I told
turn.
you, see what would happen if I hit.
And so he goes after. So he'll make a pike attack against Carrick, and that is a 20 to hit.
Hits.
All right. That is 14 points of piercing damage, and then
Okay.
he's going to make a stinger attack. And that is it's cocked. All right, I'm gonna make a stinger attack. And that is a 17. Does 17 hit?
Misses.
All right, so he sort of jabs Carrick with his pike, and he sort of tries to bring his tail down on him. Doesn't quite find the damage that he wanted it to, but that ends his turn. Now this one is going to move here, and this one is going to move here, and they are both going to make pike. They're going to make attacks advantage against Uger thing.
Yep.
So the first one is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
All right. And that is 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Sure.
And then I'm sorry, that is 6 points of piercing damage. My apologies. Then that is a 19 to hit with a stinger.
That hits.
All right. And that is 8 points of piercing damage. And can I have a constitution saving throw, please?
Okay. That was 8 points, you said.
Yes, 8 points on the second one, 6 on the first, 8 on the second.
7 con. That's a 14.
That saves.
Great.
You don't take any poison damage. All right. Then the second one's going to attack you with its pike. That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right. And that is 5 points of piercing damage, I believe. It's piercing.
Okay.
It's 5 points, whatever it is piercing damage. It's gonna make a stinger attack against you, and that is a 16.
16 misses.
All right. So they both come around. The first one sort of stabs you with its pike, and the second one and it strikes you with its stinger. You sort of able to wrestle out of the pain. You use your turn. You know better now. You take the pike blow, but you duck out of the way of the stinger. And that ends their turn. Now it's Wilfred's turn.
Go, Will.
Okay, bonus action. I will bring that. I still have that coconut beside Carrick. I'll bring it down on top of that one.
Sure.
trying the 1-2 combo with Garrett. Ooh, what do I add? Again, +9. That is a 14 to hit.
Misses.
And then I'm just gonna move up a little bit.
Okay.
5, 10, and I will hold another spell for when they get closer.
Okay.
Now I'll hold Fairy Fire.
Okay. All right. So you sort of bring your coconut down and sort of splashes wide of this creature, sort of strikes the chitinous arm, but it doesn't really seem to do much force damage. Doesn't seem to get a good hit on the creature, and you sort of hold your attack. Now it is their turn. That they're going to, and he is this one over here. This one over here, Eivor is slowed, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It's going to throw a javelin at you, Wilfred. That's a 16 to hit.
16 misses.
All right. So sort of throws a javelin, sort of skims wide. Now this one's going to go.
Don't scratch the gems on this gaudy shield.
So this one's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
All right.
35, 40 here. It's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And they're both going to make pike attacks against you.
Against me?
Yep.
You're going.
Yeah.
The first one is a natural 20.
Do I get the I guess the first one will come through before I get my
No,
reaction.
no, you get your action first because they're waiting to flank. So
Okay, I'm going, so Fairy Fire will be one. I think I can hit all 4 of them. It would hit both of us. But yeah, I'm going for the four that are flanking me and Gerthang.
Okay.
And also it would hit you.
All right. So one.
So Fairy Fire, each object in a 20-foot cube is outlined. And they need to make a Dexterity saving throw.
All right. Starting with this one, that is a 18.
Saves.
All right. And this one, that is a 19.
Saves.
All right. That is this one. That is like an 11, I think.
Fails.
All right. Then this one, that is a 15.
Fails. So those 2 on the right,
Mm-hmm.
we always have, they're lit up and we have advantage on.
Okay. Got it.
And
I rolled an 8, so I failed. I get more,
you get
but
plus.
that could only take me. It took me to a 12, but I think it still fails.
Yeah, you need 17. So you're lit up at the moment.
So everybody
Right.
has advantage.
Yeah, so the 2 on the right and the, and I guess everyone has advantage against attacking.
Might as well reckless.
All
I was
right.
trying to-
So the first one rolled natural 20 against you with its pike attack, Wilfred.
Yeah,
And that is 10 points of piercing damage.
okay.
And then that is a 23 with the stinger attack.
This isn't magic, is it?
No, it's not.
23 hits.
Okay. Then that is 4 points of piercing damage. And can you please make a Constitution saving throw?
All right. That's a 12 for con.
That saves.
Okay.
Then the next one will make a pike attack against you. That is only like a, what was that? Is a 15 to hit.
Misses.
All right. And the stinger attack is that's a 19 to hit.
Hits.
All right. And that is 10 points of piercing damage. And can I have another Constitution saving throw, please?
Yep. That's gonna say that is 20, 30, 20.
Good. All right. So they sort of move forward. You cast Fairy Fire, and sort of this energy sort of billows out and sort of catches on you for this sort of this luminous dust sort of catches on Girthing and the two on the right, and they sort of rotate around you and sort of get into formation. They both sort of stab you with their pikes, Wilfred, and then one stabs you with his pike, and they both sort of catch you with their stingers, but you're able, with their stingers, but you're able to sort of wrestle out of the pain. You're able to shrug off the poison in both of those attacks. That ends their turn.
Yeah, I
Now,
have to make concentration saving throws
In every single one.
for Fairy Fire.
yes, that's
So the first one was a 10 damage, so that'd be a 10 to save. That's gonna save. Second one was what, 4 points?
Mhm.
That's gonna save. That's 13, and then the third one was another 10.
Okay.
And that's a 23.
all right. So now it is Aurelia's turn. Let's see, what can she do?
Trying so hard.
She's going to telekinetically shove the one that's flanking you, Wilfred, like the one on the right.
All right.
And that is a failure, so it's being moved times the number rolled. Okay. Okay. So yeah, so she'll move this one 5. I think she can move it 10 feet. So she'll shove it away from you, and then she will use her action to cast. She's gonna use a chromatic orb on the one that first level chromatic orb on the one that Carrick's been hitting.
All right.
So that is a 14 though, so that misses. She sort of has this ball of sort of this ball of sort of acid sort of poison damage, and sort of like billows in her hands, sort of throws at this creature, and it misses wide and sort of splashes into the swamp. Then so it's her turn. Girthing, you are up.
All right. The one to my upper left. I will recklessly attack him.
One to your upper left.
Yeah. So,
Um,
or
The one that's flanking him, upper left.
this one.
yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
All right. You don't have advantage on that one. You know, right?
Yeah,
Reckless.
I'm recklessly
Okay.
him
Okay.
to get advantage.
Right. Yeah.
That'll definitely hit. That's 32.
32 hits. Yeah.
8 plus 5 plus 3. 16.
16 points damage. Okay.
Yep.
One quick second while I figure out which one it is. Okay. 16. All right. 16 points of damage. Okay. Got it.
Then I'll hit him again.
All right, go for it.
It's a nat 20
Nice.
on that dice.
Yep.
So I do have brutal critical, so I get to roll 2 d10s.
Nice.
Finally get to use that. I've had it for a long time. 14 doubled is 28 plus 8. 36.
Right? Yeah. All right.
36 on that one.
So you sort of slash one to this guy, and you sort of bring your glaive down. You sort of drive it through his torso and sort of pin him back through the human torso and the insect abdomen. He sort of just lays there, his back sort of splayed backwards. And that one is no more.
All right. And so as I bring it down, and then my kind of like glaive is down on the ground, I'm just going to try to butt the guy behind me.
All right, go for it.
Or glaive. Reckless and blessed. Another natural 20
Nice.
on that second. Man, this reckless.
Nice.
Reckless dice.
Reckless. Yep.
And what is this? A D4?
For your
So 2d4. Yeah.
Ooh,
7 doubled to 14. Plus 8 is
21,
22.
22.
All right.
22 points
Yeah.
of bludgeoning as I pop him in the head.
So he's sort of moving in as his comrade is slain. You sort of crack him in the face. He's sort of like also his blood sort he's matting over his face. He sort of looks rough as you sort of slam into him. Did quite a bit of damage there.
That's my turn.
All right. Then Angvor, it's your turn.
I will hex the one that I've been attacking already that moved
Yep.
in. Oh, that's your screen again. But the same one, yep. I'll send a hex out on that one and then
Yep.
try and with some Eldritch Blast again.
This one, right?
Yeah.
All right.
One of them will hit. That's a 21 for one, and it's like a 15 for the other.
15 misses, but 21 hits.
Nice max damage at least. So that's 21 points of damage.
All right. So you send an Eldritch Blast sort of flying at him. He sort of blows him out of the water. And he's like lands. He sort of like his insect legs sort of crumple underneath him. He sort of rocks back up, but he looks real rough now. And you moving him back 10 feet? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Got it. You did quite. He's almost down.
Yeah.
That
That's
ends.
all I got.
All right, Carrick. It's now Carrick's turn.
Let's see. I think he's going to try to hit the guy that he's been hitting.
Okay.
Just tries to knock him down with it. Ooh, that's a natural 19
Okay.
plus 4 plus 8.
Okay.
Um,
That hits.
bludgeoning damage. Yeah, that's a couple ones. 2, 8. 12 points of bludgeoning
Okay.
and 2 points of fire.
Okay. And you are hitting.
The one that he's been hitting, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
And he'll hit him again.
All right. Go for it.
17 plus 8,
It hits.
25.
Yep. It hits.
Yeah, he's rolling pretty good. And that is almost max damage from bludgeoning. 10, 15, 19 bludgeoning
Okay.
and 1 point of fire.
All right. He sort of brings his maul down. He sort of cracks open the insect's exoskeleton, sort of like smashes like a bug, and he sort of just collapses. And that one is no more.
Oh, he gets something for killing, doesn't he?
Yep. He gets another attack.
He gets one more attack as his
Yep.
bonus.
Yep.
Then he'll go to the one adjacent to me.
All right.
You get advantage on that, I believe.
You will.
That's 2 15s, 26 to hit.
Hits.
Wow, Carrick. For 18 points of bludgeoning
All right.
and 3 points of fire
All right.
as he hits that one, and then he I think he is going to Axon's Church here
Okay.
and just he is basically in a he's not raging, but he's basically frenzying.
All right.
That is a 18 to hit.
That just hits.
Okay. Eight, 14 points of bludgeoning,
Okay.
3 points of fire,
All right.
and his second action, second attack, he will try it one more time.
All right.
19 to hit.
Hits.
Rolled. 14 points of bludgeoning
All right.
and 3 points of fire.
You said 3.
And he would like to move that 5 feet that direction.
All right. So he just runs through these guys, sort of breaks one open, and then, after he sort of turns, he sort of smashes into the next one, sort of whams three hits into him. He's just like absolutely obliterating these guys. Carrick's doing work. Is now this one's turn up here. And so yes, he will make a pike attack against you, Girthing. He has advantage, right?
Yeah, he's got Fairy
Reckless.
Fire and Reckless.
All right. So that is, I believe, a
believe it.
21 to hit.
That hits.
All right. And that is 8 points of piercing damage.
Great.
Then he will use his tail attack, and that is real bad. That is only a 7 to hit
Misses.
with advantage. Ouch. All right. So he sort of jabs you with his pike, does some damage, but misses with his tail. Wilfred, it's now your turn.
Cool. I'm just gonna have that spiritual weapon move over to here.
Yep.
And hit this guy beside Carrick.
All right.
Let's see. 14 to hit. 1-4.
Misses.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And then I'd like to move over here and take the dodge action.
All right. All right. Now it is their turn. And so this one's going to move 5, 10 there to flank with the other one against Carrick. So he's going to take a pike attack against Carrick. That is, I believe, like a 20.
Disadvantage on the first one.
Okay.
Let's do it on the tail attack. Let's do disadvantage on the first tail attack.
All right. So the pike attack is 23 to hit. And then that is,
That hits Carrick.
that is 8 points of piercing damage. And you want a
Okay.
disadvantage on the tail. That's only a 6 to hit on the tail.
That misses.
All right. Then the other one's going to take his pike attacks against Carrick. That's a 22 to hit.
Hits.
And that is 12 points of piercing damage.
All right.
Then he's going to make a stinger attack. That is an 18 to hit.
Just hits.
All right. Then that is 6 points of piercing damage, and then can I have a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Con save.
Con save. He gets a bless and a d6.
Sheesh. Oh gosh.
26.
26. All right. I realize that on successful stage you're still taking damage, so
Okay.
I was doing that wrong. My bad. So that is 15 points of poison damage halved because you saved. I wasn't giving you guys damage for that, so it's only like 7 points of poison damage to Carrick
All right.
on the stinger.
7 points to him.
I saved like twice, I think.
Yeah, I've saved once.
Okay. So we will have. I'll roll some poison damage for you, Wilfred. That is 14.
Yeah, it should come with
That is that's 22 points of poison damage, so 11 because you saved.
Hmm.
And then
And I'll do a concentration check. What is that? 5, 4, 9, plus 4. Yeah, that's gonna get me above 10.
all right, so it's 19 for you, Girthing, halved to 8 because you saved.
Okay, and then add again to 4.
Right. And then the second one Oh crap. Second one that is 17 halved to 8 because you saved, halved the other 4.
Okay.
All right. Now the last one is going to make just an attack at disadvantage against you, Wilfred. That's a natural 1. And so then he will make a stinger attack against you at disadvantage. That is still though an 18 to hit.
Oof.
That's finger. Yeah, that hits.
All right. Then that is 4 points of piercing damage. You can have a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yep. 14 on com.
14 saves.
All right.
This says 24 points of poison damage, half to 12, because you saved.
So that was a total of 20 points or something like that. So I still need to hit a 10. 6, just hit 10. 6 plus 4.
Do you have to do 2 or 1?
Is it 2 instances of damage or is it just 1?
Let's say it's 1 attack.
So all the damage comes in 1 attack.
Yeah, I think that's just 1.
All right.
Add it up and then do your.
All right, that ends its turn. Now it's Aurelia's turn. Aurelia is going to shove that one that's flanking Carrick. That is going to be, and that's going to be a failure, I believe. And so she's going to shove him 10, so he's not flanking Carrick, and then she's going to drop a chromatic orb at 2nd level at the one.
The 2 beside us are at advantage.
At the one that Carrick was wailing on. So which one has advantage? The one beside you?
The 2 beside Girthing and I.
All right, she's gonna hit the one that's beside Girthing.
Yeah, they're lit up like a Christmas tree at the moment.
As am I.
So she wants to hit Girthing, but she throws a chromatic orb at 2nd level, and that is a 24 to hit. So that hits. 2, 3. That is 6. 10 points of
You're paying for it.
10 points of fire damage to the one that was battling Girthing, and that is so the traumatic orb sort of balls in her hands where the bluish greenish flame comes forward. She sort of throws it at the one that's engaged with Girthing, sort of strikes the creature. It sort of shrieks. Its insectoid legs sort of curl up in fear of the flame. Girthing, you're up now.
Recklessly attack the guy beside me. Why
Go
not?
for it.
I'm still blessed, I assume.
Yep.
Or
Give
is
him
it
a
now?
hit. So
27. That hit.
hits.
D10. That's 12 points of slashing.
All right. You slash him. He's sort of like open up his armor. He looks hurt, but he's still up.
Hit him again.
All right.
Oh,
That's a 30 to hit.
Hits.
21 plus 9.
21 plus 9, yeah.
That's 10 points of damage.
All right. How you want to do this?
I'll just slash belly up. I don't know.
All right. So you sort of slash, you sort of stab into his torso, sort of cut him up from sort of navel to chin, and he sort of just drops back. He sort of hangs there and sort of crumples over.
And then I'll step up. Oh, I didn't
Alright.
even have to reckless on these guys. They're very far.
Yeah, these guys are very fired.
No, step
did you
up.
reckless?
I did reckless
Ah.
and hit him in the back. With
Ah.
the back part of my blade.
All right.
A 25.
Hits.
Forward. That's a 12 points of bludgeoning coming in.
Bludgeoning, because you strike him with the back.
Yep.
All right. So you sort of crack him across the head. And he sort of spins around. He sort of looks a little dazed and confused, but he still looks okay. Now it is. That ends your turn.
And then my turn. Yep.
All right, Ingvar, it's now your turn.
I am going to.
Even out here.
We can I'm gonna move the tentacle from earlier, from like around here,
Mhm.
over behind this one again.
It can move like 60 feet, right? Or 60 or 90.
30 feet on the bonus action,
Okay. All right.
roughly. I mean, I don't know exactly where it was, but
I
it
don't either, but okay.
looks pretty close.
Yeah, close enough.
And I'll try and hit that because I know that one's fairly hurt, and
Mhm.
just thinking if I can finish it off with this, I could hit the other ones. So I'm gonna try and that thingy first, which is a 20 to hit.
Hits.
7 points of damage on that one.
All right. So, let's see. While I do math. So I actually made an error in math, or error in which one you hit. So this one actually looks decent, even after you hit it.
Okay.
So you hit it with your tentacle, you sort of wrap around, start strike him. Does a fair amount of damage to him.
Well, and I'll hit it with my Eldritch Blasts
All
as
right.
well.
Sounds good.
Well, that one's gonna miss. And so that's a 15 and a 16.
Both miss.
Yep.
So they both sort of fly by into the marsh. You aren't able to hit this one. All right. Is it
Yep.
now Carrick's turn?
Yep. I guess Carrick will he's just gonna sidestep a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say to about there,
Okay.
and we'll try to do an uppercut with his maul.
All right.
That's 14 plus 8.
That hits.
22.
Yeah, that hits 22. Hits.
Um, ooh. 10 points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
And 3 points of fire.
All right. So he sort of brings his maul up, sort of cracks this one in the jaw. Does a fair amount of damage to it.
After he does that, he will bring it around and pushing off a tree, just try to get a little extra force and hit it.
All right.
27 to hit.
That hits.
17 points of bludgeoning
All right.
and 1 point of fire.
All right. So he sort of pushes off sort of this down tree. It sort of collapses because it's in the middle of the swamp. But he sort of brings his maul around. He sort of cracks the neck of this creature. He just sort of breaks his neck in one blow. He sort of collapses into the marsh. And this one is also no more.
And he will, so he's moved 10 foot,
Mm-hmm.
15, 20. And he'll just ready steal himself for the final.
All right. Sounds good. Then all of those type of the Scorpio Centaurs are gone. Wilfred, it's now your turn.
2 turns back to back.
I'm so powerful. I know. So there's this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
I will. Should have gotten range with a Carrick. I moved my spiritual weapon 10 feet. About here.
Okay.
You can kind of track down on that one.
Go for it.
I get advantage. Ooh. 29 to hit.
That hits.
And my spiritual weapon does 1d8. Plus 5. 13 points of force damage.
How much? 13?
13.
Dang. All right.
As it just cracks him.
So you sort of bring it down and sort of cracks on the skull of this centaur man. And he sort of like he begins to look a little blurry eyed, but he's still all right. He's still up, but
And then I will cast where is it's just S3 that I kind of heard. Not action. Spirit toll the dead on this
all right.
one excited. Yeah, the one excited us. Toll the
Right.
dead.
All right, go for it.
Toll the dead is a attack.
Mm-hmm.
I get advantage on that is again. Ooh, 18 to hit.
That hits.
No, wait. You put. No, it's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Sorry,
Wisdom
I
saving
don't
throw?
know why it has a hit on
All
it.
right. That is that's a 5.
That will fail. Where's my D12? Here's a D12. 3 points of necrotic damage.
You said 3?
Yeah, 3.
All right. So you sort of like this reverberation, sort of the sound, this eerie sort of emanation, sort of comes from Wilfred, and this creature holds its ears. And, sorry, it's in pain. All right, it is now their turn. So this one will go. This one will go 5, 10, 15, 20. It will make 2 attacks advantage with Uger thing.
Yep.
That is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
And that is 5 points of damage.
Okay.
To make a stinger attack. Well, it's only like a 14 to hit, I think.
Misses.
14 to hit. All right, so that misses. Then it will move. Then it will stay there, and then the other one will go. That is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
Then that is 9 points of piercing damage.
I'll do a warding flare on the next attack.
All right. That's
So-
natural 20.
It could have been worse.
So that is 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then can I have a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yep. It's this number. That is a dirty 20.
All right, that is 12 points of poison damage half because you save, so it's 6 half again because you're raging, so 3. And then this one will go. So this one will go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one will go 5, 10 away. You both get opportunity attacks against. Everything you get.
Let's move away. So you
Yeah.
I'll get attack opportunity on the right one.
All right, go for it.
Yeah, I just step out. What am I hitting with? This would basically, I think this would just be unarmed because I haven't been pulling my mace out for most of these. So that is 23 to hit. No one on the
Hits.
right.
That hits.
3 points of bludgeoning damage. I just punched him in the back of the tail.
Punch him in the back of the tail as he flees away. Girthing, which one are you hitting?
You hit that guy. I'll hit the second guy. Will hit. I guess.
Okay.
And he's
He's
still very
very
fired.
fired.
That's a 26 to hit.
That hits.
And the glaive comes down with 13 points of slashing damage.
All right. So that is all right. So you sort of slashes him as he flees, and that ends their turn. It's now Aurelia's turn. Aurelia is going to send a chromatic orb at the one on the left. That will hit. That was at second level, so that is 15, 20 points of acid damage. It sort of burns in this creature. He sort of flees, and it looks pretty hurt now. Girthing, it's your turn.
Should I move all the way up? No, that's done. I gotta use this. I think I'm gonna try.
Did we lose control?
Nope, nope. It's just sluggish. maybe?
Oh no, you did lose control. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Um,
I'm gonna move up to like here,
all right. You should have control now. Sorry.
and then try to breath attack both
Okay.
of them.
All right, you can move now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, because
Alright.
he's within 30 feet of me.
Sure. All right, go
So
for it.
either there
Dex
or
saves.
here. So they make dex saving throws of 17.
All right. So the first one is a 12. Second one is a 17. So the far one gets away. Or
And
saves, I should say.
3d6, I think it's the same. 7 points of fire damage.
All right. And it's half for the guy who saves, right?
Half for the guy that saved.
All right. So you sort of let out a breath attack. It sort of catches the guy in front of you because he doesn't have time to react. But the one that's farther away is able to flee a little bit and get away. Is that your turn, Girthing?
I'll go 25, 30, and kind of stand on the other side, I guess. We don't know
Alright.
really what I'm going away.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Angvor's turn.
I'll try and snipe the one that's farthest away right now.
Sounds good.
Is a 17
Misses.
and a 21.
21 hits.
Is a 9 points of damage.
All right.
And we're just slowing him, not pushing him, because that'd be pointless.
Sure. Yeah. So you sort of hit him with one Eldritch Blast. He sort of sprawls forward in the mud. Sort of as you hit him. Is that end your turn?
Yep.
All right. It's now Carrick's turn.
Oh, seeing a ripe opportunity for the one in the back. Just gonna chart 5, 10, 15, 20, I guess 20. Just gonna charge up and just,
What is your plus Girthing for your dexterity?
2
Okay. Thank you.
plus 2.
All right.
Uh,
What was Carrick doing? Okay. Yeah, I got it.
he's just gonna charge up and
Swing.
jump and try to come down on top of the guy.
All right.
And natural 20.
Nice.
All right.
You would get advantage.
Yeah, he would. So I can see if I roll another natural 20. Didn't happen.
All right.
Let's see. For bludgeoning, 14, 28 plus 4 is 32 bludgeoning.
So he just
And
sort of
then-
brings his small down, just breaks open the insect body, and just sort of smashes that one to smithereens.
And 2 points of fire as it
All right.
just burns around his edge.
All right. It sort of burns the corpse. And now that one is no more.
And basically he's been charging, so he's just gonna keep he's gonna do that as he's running by,
All right.
drops it on him. That's 30, 35, 40. Is that
He has a
no?
move
He,
speed of
he has a
30.
move speed of 30, so he stops there.
All right.
And he just yeah, that's it.
All right. Now it is Wilfred's turn. Wilfred, what are you doing?
Yeah. I will. Yeah, I'm gonna. Might be worth it. I don't. Yeah, he's moved more than 20 feet from my 5, 10. That my spiritual weapon was there.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20.
Mhm.
That looks like he can hit. So he's gonna move up his spiritual weapon.
All right.
And Fairy Fire is still up unless it's been 10 rounds, but
That has been 10 rounds. So
and that is the same for both. 19 to hit.
19 hits.
11 points of force damage.
All right. So you crack down on this creature. He sort of reels in pain.
And I'll just go with my action.
Fireball. Fireball.
I'll reach out and I'll grab a couple of thorns from nearby or my bag
Mhm.
and do spike growth
All right.
almost on top of them.
All right.
That's a 20-foot radius centered about there.
All right.
So he is in difficult terrain, and any 5 foot of movement will deal 2d4 piercing damage.
All right. Sounds good. All right. It's now Aurelia's turn. He's going to do a chromatic orb at him. That will hit. It's a first level. That is 3d8. And that is a lot of damage. That is 23 points of damage to him. And that will end her turn. And then can I have everyone make a Constitution saving throw?
Is this magical?
No, it's not.
Is this frightened?
I don't think so.
Okay. So Constitution saving throw.
Yes. It's really a.
Still blessed.
Oh, no.
That's a save. All right. So what did you roll, Wilfred?
23.
That's a save. All right. What did Carrick roll?
Working on that right now.
All right. Carrick, what'd you roll? Sorry, I shouldn't have gone with you.
I rolled a natural 1, but for a 14.
All right. That's a fail.
Carrick rolled a 25.
All right. That's a save. All right. Aim, what'd you roll?
9.
Well, you may not be in. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Yeah, you're not in range, so you don't need to you don't need to worry about it. All right. So Girthing, you take 13 points of psychic damage. Yeah, psychic damage.
Ooh.
And all of a sudden, this massive deep crow sort of swoops out of the air and grabs the one last remaining sort of Scorpo centaur and sort of picks it up and sort of caws and sort of like, does your thing some damage. The rest of you guys sort of steady yourselves. You're able to sort of.
Does it take any piercing damage for that?
That probably would. How much movement does it?
If it's 5 feet of movement, it takes 2d4.
Okay, 2d4. So roll 2d4, please.
5 points of piercing.
All right, 5 points piercing. All right.
I took the full brunt of that because I'm not resistant to.
And Fairy Fire would be dropped by this point.
Yep.
I'm not resistant to psychic.
All right. And so as this thing sort of swoops down and sort of grabs the Scorpo centaur, that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Big bird.
Getting some fruit and getting hit by some spider.
Some spider.
Yeah. I was.
Big crow.
Hey, so you rolled high enough in your sleight of hand check, Aimwood. They didn't know that you stole the fruit until you threw
That's
it
what
to
I was
Gerthing.
hoping.
Yeah, until you threw it to Gerthing, and then they saw.
I was always like, let's walk into the woods for a bit and then come back. Come back with one out of your pouch.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. Don't worry.
But I didn't see it because I definitely, if they didn't
Yeah.
perceive it, they didn't perceive that. So
And I didn't, because you're inside.